So, are you ready to place an order today?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Well, I mean, it's a very, very good deal.
Still not quite sold on it.
Is it okay? Do you need more information? Maybe I can email you some more information. Would that help?
Yeah, if you could email me, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, so I can email the information, and can I call you back maybe, let's say, 2 weeks from now to follow up and see if you may be ready by then?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, okay. And the email address we have on file, that's okay, right?
Yeah, that should work.
Okay, then I'll call you back in like 2 weeks, and I'll send you the email today.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. How many times in your life when you're on a closing call in a meeting and your prospects say to you, I want to think about it, or send me some more information? What happens? You never hear from them again. It is a fucking lie. Prospects lie all the time. When they say they want to think about it, that's not actually what they're saying. What they're actually saying is one of these three things. First one is, I don't have the money, but they don't want to admit it. So what do they tell you? They lie to you. They say, well, let me think about it, or let me get back to you. They never get back to you. They never call you back. When you're on the phone with a prospect, one of these two things happen. Either you're closing them why they should buy, or they're closing you why they shouldn't buy right now. Make sense? So the second thing, what they're actually saying is, well, I don't see the value. When they say they want to think about it, what they're actually saying is, yeah, you have presented your offer, but I don't see the value of this. And that's why they delay the sale. There's a reason why they are on the phone with you in the first place. Number three, when they say I want to think about it, what it actually means is, I don't see the urgency why I should buy right now. Why should I buy right now? As a closer, you have not shown them. You have not presented the value. You have not articulated the value. You have not instilled that urgency why they need to buy right now, and that's why they don't buy. And you let them get away with that excuse that let me think about it. So when clients, they say, well, let me think about it, what should you reply? How do we handle the objection? If you handle the objection the way that I just handle it, you're gonna lose that sale. I have already lost that sale. There are two ways you can handle this. Comment below and pay attention. The first way is what I call pre-framing. Before you go into any sales meeting, before you get on any sales call, you can say something like this. Well, Mr. Prospect, the purpose of this meeting today, or the purpose of this phone call today, is to determine to see if it's a good fit for you and I to work together. By the end of our conversation, there are three things that you could say to me. First thing you could say is a yes, and you and I think it's a good fit, and we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna do business. And that's fine, that's good. The second thing that you could say to me, it is a no. And I want you to know it's perfectly okay to say no to me. The third thing that you could say, but that I don't want you to, is I want to think about it. Because I've been doing this for a long time. And usually when people say they want to think about it, what they really mean is a no. I would just prefer just tell me a strict no. No hard feelings whatsoever. So before we get started, before we proceed, can we make a simple agreement? You're only going to tell me one of these two things, either yes or no. Is that fair? What have I just done there? I pre-framed the entire conversation. Now at the end, it's very, very, very difficult for them to say no. And I've taken the pressure away and give them the permission. It's okay to say no to me. If we're not gonna do business, if it's not a good fit, it's perfectly fine. So that's pre-framing. Another thing that you can do is when this comes up at the end, when people say, yeah, that sounds good, let me get back to you, let me think about it, don't be afraid to be direct. Because prospects lie and they always use smokes and mirrors. You want to get to the core, you want to get to the truth. You don't want to let them get away with this smoke and mirror. Get to the truth. As a high ticket closer, as a good closer, you get to the bottom line. So here's what you do. When they say, I want to think about it, you say, you know what, Mr. Prospect, when people say that to me, that they want to think about it, what they mean is actually a no. You just don't want to hurt my feelings. Isn't this the case here? And people will be like, what? You are so fucking direct. You're basically indirectly saying, I don't buy this. Let's get to the bottom line of this. Then you ask them the next question. So isn't this the case here? You just don't want to hurt my feelings, isn't it? Before I get off the phone, Mr. Prospect, why did you call me in the first place? You circle back. You circle back finding out about their needs, about their pain point. And then you go back to the money question again. It's the money, isn't it? It's always the fucking money. Of course it's the money. If money is no object, they would have bought right now. It's always the money. So you ask them the question, it's the money, isn't it? And they'll be like, yeah, it's the money. It's not within my budget. I don't have that kind of money, whatever it is. Then you as a closer, now you offer an alternative and a solution. Well, let's just pretend I could finance this for you. Or let's just pretend we could offer multiple payments. You can break this up. That wouldn't make a difference, would it? Oh yeah, that would help a lot. Well, let's talk about it then. You see, you get to the core of the problem, and that's how you handle. Let me think about it. It's about your conviction, about your certainty. Remember, you cannot help them if you don't sell them. If you truly believe in what you offer, you truly believe in the value of your products and services, what do you need to do? You need to have to believe that you are morally obligated to close them, to sell them, because deep down you know when they walk away from this conversation, you'll never hear from them again. Their lives won't be changed. Their business won't be changed. They will stay stuck in the same way. So as a closer, it is your job, your duty, your mission to close them. You can't help them if you don't close them. Food for thought.